Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Psychic Medium Ray, and today we're going to be doing a video on the catacombs of France, or the catacombs of Paris, rather. So those of you that are not aware, we are entering spooky season, if you don't know. And I love to do readings on places that were haunted or are haunted still. And this is one of the top 10 places in the world that is known. Now I know that there's a lot of catacombs in different parts of the world, but there have been a lot of people that have gone to these catacombs and have come out of it, with experiences of the paranormal. At the turn of the 18th century or at the end of that, I could be wrong. Basically, what happened is that in Paris, they ran out of spaces in the cemeteries, and so it was overflowing with the dead because of diseases during this time period. Remember, there was a lot of plagues, there was a lot of different types of, flus and stuff that was going on that led to these places being overflown because apparently their cemeteries weren't that big, and we're talking about hundreds upon hundreds, maybe thousands of people. So they built these tunnels, and it's a small group of tunnels underneath Paris that are known as the catacombs, and they transferred a lot of those bodies, and they started burying a lot of those people down there. So if you go down there, you'll just see like skulls upon skulls upon skulls. So the thing here to understand is that even though, once we leave our physical body, it's just like a meat suit, our body decomposes when we die, and then, the soul is set free. But everything, if the bones are there still that belong to that person, there's still residual energy tied to that. And if these people were not necessarily good people when they were living, a lot of that is still there. And just imagine being uprooted from your gravesite because there is no more space and just being shoved into a wall. And literally, if you haven't seen, I wish I could put it up here so you could see, but you'll have to go look at it yourself. Look at the catacombs of Paris, and I believe they charge like upwards to 170 to get like an audio or visual a tour of the location. Um, but I would definitely feel like there's a lot of a negative energy brewing. And I think this is the allure that a lot of people find to Paris, and why I feel like a lot of places in Europe, we Americans are not usually aware of a lot of the stuff unless you've traveled to these cities. Like I think the closest to that here in the United States would be places like the Gettysburg in Pennsylvania, Savannah, Georgia, also. Uh, other places like where there were plantations and a lot of slavery and stuff like that. These places are highly chock full of spirits. Even New Orleans is known for a lot of the spiritual activity. But when I looked at it, because I can remotely tap into a location that is haunted, I definitely saw the catacombs of Paris, and I was like, wow, I felt sick to my stomach. I would not go myself, not because I'm scared or anything, but because I feel like there's just so much intense energy. Remember, these bodies, a lot of them died of natural causes. A lot of them died of health conditions, health issues. A lot of them died of disease back in the at the turn of the 18th century when these tunnels were created, or at the end of that. And I just feel like there's so much negative energy. The things that I pick up with these tunnels, if anybody was to ever go in there, I just feel like you would be touched, you'd hear voices, you might even have something following you back that you don't want. I feel like it's a portal basically to hell. There's just so much energy and activity. I feel like there's been apparitions seen on and around and above the those wherever that's located in Paris, above the ground. And I also feel like overall, like I feel like there's just a lot of stories that have been told of things that have been out there. I feel like people have gone in there or broken in the past, maybe before security was amped up. And I just feel like there's been rituals maybe above the ground. There's been things that people have done and paranormal investigations of these places. But I have to say, this would be one of the top that I, as a psychic medium, can tell you for sure. It is one of the top. haunted places. And I feel like someone like myself that has these abilities, or any physical medium would be affected. Even people that are highly sensitive or that have strong empathic abilities would be affected. If you have anything, and people that are not really open with their gift might be affected and not even be aware of it. Things that you might represent, like you might be impacted going into this place would be um, palpitations, breathing problems, feeling like a heaviness on your chest, feeling nauseated, headaches, might even pass out. You might feel there might be scratches, physical manifestations, because there are demons and stuff that are down there. It's not just the bones of people who died, but rather also it's a portal to hell. Like when I say that, I do feel like there are a lot of locations. I mean, most recently I did a video on Netflix, about Netflix and The Deliverance, which is I thought it was it was a good film to expose the dark, but also talk about God and the deliverance of evil from demons, and stuff. And I just feel like this is one of those places that you might not come back the same way that you entered. You might come back out a lot different and been touched by something demonic, and it could follow you back. I feel like a lot of people go, to these places because it's spooky, it's fun, to that person, and they may find it as fun, but with everything there comes danger. There's a price to pay, everything. There's always a repercussion around it. But I do feel like the place has a lot of just like energy coming in and out, and I feel like a lot of people that live or would live around this area, even in a 50-mile radius. I don't know exactly where in Paris this or how big Paris is. I've never been. I would love to go one of these days just to kind of see Paris. But I definitely feel and sense that as much as there's light and there's good energy and good people living there, there's also a lot of people that are affected by this. I feel like this energy is not a good energy to have. Down the road, I kind of feel like there might be an earthquake in and around Paris, and these tombs, these catacombs, as much as they were constructed strongly, I feel like there might be um, some damage or deterioration, or that might just be sealed off for a while. I just feel like the spirits that are there are trapped, and it's not a healthy place. A lot of these people died very suddenly. They might have been murdered. They might have been sick. So a lot of these souls are down there, and it's with limestone. Limestone is actually a very strong conduit for spiritual activity. A lot of people don't realize this, so it keeps these souls kind of trapped. I just feel like it would take a lot of mediums, a lot of priests, a lot of blessings to get these souls to cross over to the other side. I do feel like a lot of them are just wandering around on top and also inside the catacombs. But I would never go to the catacombs. At least I would. I mean, I would do it for like to document it, but I would really have to go into days of prayer and also um, protection. I just feel like there's a lot of danger going in there. I probably wouldn't stay for very, very long. Um, because I did go back and I did a video many years ago at the Yorktown Memorial Hospital, which is in Yorktown, Texas. And I filmed going in there, and I remember that place was demonically infested, and it was a sick um, energy. And I could not take the vibration of it. I remember just staying there, like going up to the second floor, which used to be the nuns' quarter and quarters. And I remember going like halfway down the hall, and I felt all this energy just charging at me, pushing me back, and my heart started racing, and I felt like I was going to have a heart attack, and I couldn't breathe. I started like basically hyperventilating a little bit, and I calmed myself down, and I tried to go back down as fast as I could. But I remember coming out of there pale. And usually when you are around demonic energy, they do drain your energy completely. It's like you're like a battery, and they zap you and you feel drained and sick. And I remember coming out of there feeling that way and looking pale. Somewhere in my camera phone, camera roll, I have a photo of what I looked like. I'll have to find that. But I remember that experience was just, it was horrible. But I do believe that the catacombs of Paris are super, super haunted. And I do feel like if you do ever go, to visit, etc., your experience may not be as what my experience would be if I was to go, or other people. And some people are just oblivious, that they're even these types of energies. But I do feel like they are, this is one of the most haunted locations for sure. And it kind of adds to the mystery and the allure. It explains a lot why people gravitate towards Paris too, because underneath the city there are these catacombs, and it's a nexus of power. And usually, where there are portals and there are nexus of powers, people are attracted to this and flock to it. Unbeknownst to them, that this is happening, or that this has happened. But just be careful if you happen to go. Just be careful because it is full of negative energy. So if you have a location that you want me to do a psychic reading on or talk about it, let me know, and I would love to do this here on my channel, and discuss more of the haunted places, etc. All right. Also, I do have an upcoming Patreon event where I'm going to be doing uh, readings for everyone that attends. It's only $10 to join. Go to www.patreon.com/psychic medium Ray. You do have to subscribe, but you can cancel at any given time. And it's going to be taking place on Friday the 13th. It'll be from 7 p.m. It'll start. So if you want to get access to it, you have to join. And if you're already a Patreon member, well, you don't have to pay. You already are a member. You're paying already. But I have that, and then I also all of my readings are 30% off right now. It's a fall sale. Fall is right around the corner, so it's kind of like the pre-fall. No promo codes. The only exceptions are my emergency readings are not on sale, and neither is the online group reading. So now I'm offering group readings, so you can book me for events, a girls' slumber party, or if you have a slumber party, a girls' night, together, a guys' night together, and you want to book me for that. You can check that out. I have a package available for people who want to book that. Also, I will be in Houston, Texas on September 28th teaching a tarot class at Indigo Moons from 1 to 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. And then from 7 to 9, I'll be doing a gallery reading as well. So be sure to check that out as well. And I love you guys. And until next time, be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you until next time. Bye.